Power is a crown of fire. It dazzles, it burns, and it demands. Some inherit it, some seize it, but only a few can keep it. And those who are weak, they never last. Niccolo Machiavelli, the Florentine thinker who spent his life surrounded by betrayal, war, and shifting alliances, revealed a brutal truth in The Prince. Weakness is fatal. The weak may rise, but they never remain in power. This is not just about kings and emperors. This is about power itself, the power that rules nations, businesses, even our personal lives. And once you understand why the weak never endure, you begin to see the world without illusions. Machiavelli was precise. Weakness, he said, was not poverty or a lack of armies. A ruler could inherit a poor state and still hold it. A man could lead a small force and still survive. No, weakness was deeper. It was a flaw of the mind. There were three kinds Machiavelli feared most. 1. Naivete, trusting that people are naturally loyal and good. 2. Indecision, failing to act when boldness is required. 3. Blind morality, clinging to virtue in a world that rewards vice. He wrote, "A man who wishes to make a profession of goodness in everything must inevitably come to grief among so many who are not good. In other words, a good man without strength is not good. He is prey." Perhaps Machiavelli's most famous question: is it better to be loved or feared? The weak answer: to be loved. Machiavelli's answer: it is safer to be feared. Why? Because love is fragile. It vanishes in crisis, when sacrifices are demanded, when loyalties are tested. Fear, on the other hand, is reliable. It compels obedience even when affection fades. This does not mean cruelty for cruelty's sake. Machiavelli never glorified monsters, but he warned that a leader who is loved but not feared will be abandoned at the first sign of trouble. The weak seek love, the strong secure fear, and in the end, only the strong remain. History is a graveyard of weak rulers. Louis XVI of France trusted tradition and affection for the monarchy. He hesitated in reforms, trusted empty promises, and believed that being a gentle king would protect him. It didn't. His hesitation led him not to peace, but to the guillotine. Contrast him with Napoleon Bonaparte. With almost nothing, Napoleon seized power by sheer decisiveness. He crowned himself emperor in front of the Pope. His rise was meteoric, and though he eventually fell, his downfall was not weakness. It was the overwhelming tide of fortune and numbers. The Roman Empire tells the same story. Weak emperors, indulgent, hesitant, or naive, were assassinated or forgotten. But strong ones, like Augustus, who reshaped Rome, or Marcus Aurelius, who held it together through wars and plagues, carved their names into eternity. Or look east at China's Qin dynasty. Its founder, Qin Shi Huang, unified China through ruthlessness, discipline, and fear. His dynasty's collapse came not from him, but from weaker successors, indulgent and hesitant, who could not hold what he built. The pattern is universal. The weak rise, the weak fall, the weak are forgotten. But Machiavelli did not just study history, he watched power firsthand. The man who impressed him most was Cesare Borgia, son of Pope Alexander VI. Borgia was ruthless, but never reckless. He used cruelty, not out of passion, but with calculation. He struck once, hard, and then ruled in stability. Machiavelli admired him deeply. He wrote that Borgia did everything right, decisive, cunning, merciless when necessary, yet always appearing just. His only downfall was fortune itself, his father's sudden death. Borgia's fall was fate, not weakness, and to Machiavelli, this was proof. Strength cannot guarantee victory, but weakness guarantees defeat. Another lesson: strength is not always real, but it must always be seen. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few know what you really are. A ruler may have doubts, but he cannot show them. He may feel fear, but he cannot reveal it. Weak leaders expose their trembling hands, and once weakness is visible, power begins to slip away. The strong wear masks. They appear fearless, unshaken, untouchable. and this appearance alone deters betrayal. Weakness is not just a flaw, it is a signal, and once seen, it invites wolves. Mercy feels noble, but mercy without calculation is weakness. Machiavelli warned that sparing enemies without thought leads only to rebellion. He spoke of cruelty well used, cruelty that is decisive, swift, and stabilizing. A rebellion crushed early prevents years of chaos. A traitor executed at once saves the lives of thousands later. The weak believe mercy wins loyalty, but often it wins contempt. The strong use mercy as a tool. The weak use it as an excuse, and they are destroyed for it. Machiavelli himself was no stranger to weakness. He served as a diplomat for Florence, navigating fragile alliances. He watched his city rise under clever leadership and collapse under timid hesitation. When the Medici family returned to power, Machiavelli was dismissed, imprisoned, tortured, and exiled. His career was destroyed not by his own hand, but by Florence's weakness. In exile, he wrote The Prince, not as an academic exercise, but as a desperate attempt to reveal the truth he had witnessed. Weakness is fatal. Only strength preserves power. His words carry the weight of scars. Do these lessons belong only to kings and princes? Politics today punishes weakness just as brutally. Leaders who hesitate in crisis are overthrown, voted out, or simply ignored. Those who project strength, even controversially, survive. In business, timid CEOs watch their companies collapse. Bold innovators dominate industries. Even in personal life, weakness is punished. The employee who fears saying no is overlooked. The friend who cannot confront betrayal is used. The partner who clings blindly to virtue is betrayed. Machiavelli's law has not faded. It rules boardrooms, parliaments, and dinner tables alike. The answer is simple. Power is not stable. It is not a throne fixed in stone. It is a current, always moving, always tested. The weak cannot endure these tests. In moments of crisis, their hesitation is exposed. In moments of betrayal, their trust is punished. In moments of rebellion, their morality without force is shattered. The strong may still fall. Fortune spares no one, but their fall is never inevitable. The weak, by contrast, are already doomed. Picture a crown, heavy with jewels, falling from trembling hands. It hits the stone floor and cracks. The crowd gasps. Then another figure steps forward. His hands are steady, his gaze unflinching. He picks up the crown, not because he is destined, but because he is strong enough to hold it. This is the difference between the weak and the strong, between those who vanish into history and those who carve it. Machiavelli's voice echoes through centuries. The weak may rise, by inheritance, by fortune, by chance, but they never remain. Power demands strength. It punishes hesitation, devours illusions, and erases the timid from memory. The strong endure. Whether loved or feared, they act when others hesitate. They see the world as it is. They wear the mask of strength, and behind it, they seize reality with both hands. And so the lesson stands, eternal and unbroken. The weak never stay in power. The strong, even if briefly, shape history.